Towards the later point of the game, the Lulu transfers all of that ability in towards the Jinx to be that late game carry.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at Kramer's match histories across the board, like Senna probably won't get it in the first game of this series, but it's possible. Oh wait, Shadow! Oh no! Perfect timing! And now Carsa's in trouble. Knight moving over here, but he's a level 3 Akali. There's not much he can do. BA moves in, will be able to get the slow down flash out from Carsa. He'll barely get out with his life.
Going to be that different, but we get a replay of it here. I was looking at Fearless. He takes one really bad trade here to start things off, already at about half health, and then you get the follow-up here where he tries to trade back. You've already got Karsa here, level 6 hit by Qingtian as well, and LGD's top laner is done for.
Oh, we got more fighting. Karsa, he's in the wrong portion
what
of the map right here.
here?
There is a blast code. Maybe he can execute, I guess, is the best case scenario at this point. I don't know how recently he got hit. He's going to dodge a couple of shots. He's going to buy a bit of time, move all the way to the Nexus Towers.
Wait,
there's someone coming.
Are they going to give it to
Mark
Kramer?
might be able to die. The flash from Mark to get himself the solo kill. Mark just solo killed Karsa, everyone. That's one for the history book.
That counts.
Been able to catch basically none of the action in this game. We've joined in light on every fight. But Fairness is in trouble again, and oh my days. Qingtian, this is why this guy was brought into the team. This is why he's on the squad over 369 right now. He is able to have these standout performances. This is what he looked like in the LDL, dominating his lane. Look, it's who I am. I make the scripts when it comes to the LPL. Hang on, we got to fight. Equalizer comes down. Costa's in trouble, but he'll get out with his life, and Shia pushed away as his Shadow separated from the squad. Herald doesn't look like it'll get a charge off. Oh, just killed at the last possible second there. Looks like everything diffuses in the end.
That's a
the things. Feels like it's very difficult for LGD to properly contest this one. Shadow
TP,
moving
though.
in. TP actually being channeled, though. LGD look like they want this fight. Drake down to 3,000. Shadow is on the scene. Karsa is here, and he's pretty damn good at smiting. There's an equalizer onto Kramer, who's low and forced away. Dragon taken down. Knight has a ticket into the play, and he's flashed in. Beautifully done there by Knight. Patiently plays it, and now he'll be rewarded with a couple of bonus kills. Wild Growth comes through, though, and this Gwen is invincible on the front line. Qingtian tearing apart the back line. In the meantime, Kramer went down. Qingtian more than happy to tank this tower. And Mark, you may be Tom Kench, you may be the king of the river, but you ain't in the river no more. Zonya's actually... Wait, she actually managed to TP out of the play. TP's back to his own base just to survive, but it doesn't matter. It's still 4 kills for top esports and a Drake on top of everything.
trying to see if he can hover around to the side, get in towards a flank position as top esports start to set out a pincer movement.
Yeah, you look at the way they're positioned on all sides of the fight. LGD grouped up, but that choke point is the perfect spot for an equalizer. If Karsa finds the opportunity here, they're all grouped up. They've managed to find a kill onto the support, though. Down went Droll. Karsa flashes over the wall, and now Knight buying time in the backside. Look at the damage he's doing. Mark goes down. Qingtian on the front, trying to tank up the damage, and he'll flash out with his own life. Karsa barely gets out. There's Jackie here, half HP. They're all kind of stuck out in no man's land, but so is the enemy top laner. Fairness falls. This Qingtian now trying to re-engage. He's low on HP himself. The Gromp will be taken down for a bit of sustain. Jackie getting the healing. Has a red buff for health regen as well. Knight still in the play. Karsa headed back to base and now is returning to the fray once more, but the Drake should go down. That Shadow taking that one. And top esports desperate to punish here. Knight is going to be able to go for the flank position. He's on to Kramer here. Only Shea here to protect the AD carry. Perfect execution. Flashed away from by Kramer, who's going to be able to get out with his life on the side of this one. Flash away from Knight to dodge away from the zap. Shadow should go down here, and maybe the Baron is on the cards instead.
Yeah, with Shadow gone down, Fearness not up as well. It's now down to the 3-man unit of LGD. Kramer completely out of mana. Shie needs to try and get back in here. You do have a lot of those key spells back up for Shie, though. The Wild Growth, no Redemption, though, and no Shirelias means they can't even try and contest this. So top esports, they lose the Dragon, but they get the Baron.
Yeah, and they'll be more than happy with that. We talked about it earlier. It's only a Cloud Soul, so even if they don't get it, they still have the opportunity later, and it's not actually the end of the world that LGD get a Cloud Drake. Top esports will be over the moon with that trade that they've got for themselves. Let's take a deeper look at what happened, because this was a messy fight, Doug.
Yeah, Karsa kind of gets caught out here, and Joel, I feel like actually going in as a 4-man straight onto the backline of LGD could have saved Karsa better there, but unfortunately goes forward, tries to save Rumble, who's got to flash away, and again, like, Knight goes into the backline, but Top Esports aren't in a position to follow up. Yes, you get Mark, but Kramer is still playing frontline. He's still getting away with a hell of a lot of damage. Now, though, comes the little bit of a dangerous part. So I actually thought here, right as that like fight was kind of once that's away, they can then look again. So you can see these longer drawn-out fights. They favor LGD.
Gwen is looking like she's getting into the game here. A lot of damage, a lot of sustain coming through. The stopwatch comes out from Xintian, but surely goes down, and Fearness finds himself the solo kill, the 1v1 turned around.
Shadow gonna run into Knight here. Will be spotting the bush, and maybe we get the LGD collapse.
Shadow's gonna start this fight off. Definitely can't win the 1v1, but Knight has to be cautious if he's willing to contest. Okay, never mind. He doesn't have to be cautious at all. Turns out it's Knight on a Carly, and he's happy to go 1v3 on this one. His Shroud has run out, though. Uses the Zhonya's, surely will go down here. The rocket comes through as Kramer is feeling a little bit greedy for himself, but won't be able to steal the kill away. Caster in the bottom side. Even though Knight dies here, it should be pushing down the mid lane. Tier 2 already taken. Kramer takes these towers damn quickly, but an equalizer from Karsa denies anything more. That's a spell shield gone as well, taken by the Call to Meet. Xintian wants to make his way in. Jackula playing with fire, moving in very close to the fray as well. They're all lined up and they're all getting burned down. LGD are falling apart on this one, and Kramer's still alive, but he's the only man alive off the back of this one, and Knight will not let him escape.
They just voted themselves into a corner. Trying to push that far meant that they didn't have an escape route because Top Esports had already come in behind them. A perfect pincer coming in from Top Esports, and it means that there's just nothing left for LGD. And now with the TPs, Top Esports, they can close this out.
They might just be able to. Still 30 seconds on the death time as Xintian and Knight both here, moving onto the towers. And I think this should just be enough time. There's only 2 of them, so it'll be slow going, but there's long death timers, so they'll still get away with it on this one. Dagda Jackie Loves arrives, and that is going to be that. 12,000 gold lead as they close this one out. Top Esports looking on form today.
It took a little bit longer than expected, with at least a nice early game from LGD kind of controlling a large portion of that, but the Rumble when they try and go for these engages. So I think a nice call here from Top Esports, adding a little bit of early game just to try and be the bridge to the late game. Whereas we look across at LGD, it's all big game. Like, you've got such a strong 1-2 out of spike, the poke.
Looking to do the opposite here as he goes for a very early play alongside Garvey in the top side. Xintian on this Gwen could be in trouble. Drops the Shroud, a lot of damage coming down. One more turret shot would have done the trick, but Garvey gets out with his life. It's New Year. Often don't win that many games, and then after Chinese New Year, usually it turns out it didn't matter. As I'm going to stop my point for a second. Shadow's caught out, already used the flash, and he's going to go down. Karsa read him like a book, easily picked up.
Dragons in that, it does have the opportunity to try and punish Xie, but again, like, you need to see a little bit more here from Top Esports to try and actually punish that. It's not like, oh, hang on.
Bit of a commitment on the top side. Garvey gets another Sonic Wave. Xintian has finished off his needlework. There's the last one. Equalizer comes in from Shadow. Xintian surviving for now, but Shadow should be able to just burn him up. And that's the thing about stuffed animals and stuffed dolls. They are awfully flammable. Yeah, and importantly as well, lethality virus, notorious for it in fact, does not scale that well. Karsa is not messing about. They know that there's no flash and they want to punish that fact, but Knight is stuck underneath the tower and he'll be taken down. That's the thing about the possessions that you get from Viego. It doesn't actually reset aggro. Even if you become invincible for a second, you still just die afterwards.
Yeah, Shuo's Lantern not quite in range as well. I was wondering if you see Knight just flash, take the Lantern and screw, trying to get the reset, but a bit deep, not expecting Shadow to be there. And it was a nice try, good setup from Karsa, but too many members from LGD there to answer now. And that's why we look at, like, just the lane. Oh, hang on. Am I not on?
Looking for a chance, actually goes for the kick, knocks him back into the lane, trying to get rid of the minions so Sonic Waves exist. Xintian has support from Knight TPing in. Xie is already here. Shadow over the wall as well. Garvey Jumps on out, but Knight wants a little bit more. The Heartbreaker comes on in, but Garvey's still surviving. The Equalizer burning through, and Garvey lives. Knight's the one to go down, and Shadow has the damage to finish these players off. Xingtian falls to the Flame Spitter. Xie wants a little bit more. Actually flashes for the Rune Prism, looking for the kill onto Casa. One more auto finishes the trick, and LGD, they're running away with things.
The courses now, though, Top Esports mount the offense.
Yeah, Joel trying to close the gap onto Xie. Wants to be able to get the play before the hook. There it is. The box is there. It's too clean from Joel. And you know what? The one champion Yu Yanja had was this Thresh. I feel like Joel's outdone him.
First down that bar. Now, it's not going to be an easy thing to do. Like, Kramer with this poke build doesn't actually have... Ooh, hang on. Xingtian.
Oh, no. Xingtian's gone way too far for this one. Shadow just waiting in the wings and gets himself yet another kill. That's 6, 1, and 2 on the scoreboard. And, well, Shadow is having a pretty damn good first split in the LPL, isn't he? But we do have to repeat the fact that... Sorry, go on.
I wanted to hit on, like... I wanted to hit on what I wanted to see from LGD here. Because, oh, actually, Realm Warp in, but they're not going to be able to catch him as Mark, though. Gets show.
Or are they? Troll going to be locked up. Flashes off the Equalizer, but he'll still go down here. JackeyLove just takes the Equalizer as a leash, but it's Shadow that gets it. The last tick of the Equalizer gets the chicken. So they get a support and a chicken, and arguably, the latter of those two, more valuable. Always being successful. The consistent teams is when they... Oh my goodness, another pick, another one onto Joel again, and the CC chain from the Leona. This Leona Rumble combo is just terrifying. What do you do? Because Joel, he has to face check. He has to try and get vision for his team.
And Mark's on point today. Like, I'll be the first to hold up my hand and say I criticize Mark a fair amount for having whiffed spells, but he's been on point with these solar flares today, even getting, as you can see, the flash in there to make sure that he's all good. And now LGD, they do start up this Baron, but Top Esports are in a position to try and contest, and LGD will back away.
Yeah, they might look for a pick onto Castle, though, who's a little bit too far up. The belly bot means the kick goes the wrong way. There's a Zonya's at a big ult from Casa, but it's not going to save him at the end of the day. Still a minute on the Drake, and it feels like LGD, maybe they can go back to Baron. There's 3 members strong from Top Esports. Joel is going to return to the party once again. It does feel maybe a little dicey to just try and do the Baron, but LGD are going to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I think Kramer gave the game away there. You can see LGD were posturing. Top Esports were going to face check, but that arrow gave up where they were hiding. Now Knight on the back line going up against Garvey, but you've got no jungler here.
Yeah, Castle's still not up, and this is just going to be burnt down. LGD are going to be able to finish this one. Needle work across the team. There's a Zonya's coming on in, a Lantern to try and get Xingtian out, but the ward over the Lantern. Here comes JackeyLove. He's on the Aphelios. These are the kinds of fights that Aphelios is going to be able to do a lot of work in. There's AoE splash damage coming in. Knight on the back line as well, and LGD. Health bars are low. No way did Top Esports turn this fight around. No way did they turn this game around. Double kill comes through, though, for Knight as he looks for a little bit more. Looking for Shadow, looking for Garvey. Heartbreaker over the wall. He's going to be sprinting through the shadows here. Garvey, though, is confident. He knows he can go for this one. In finals between Top Esports and JDG, Knight and JackeyLove 2v5 to the enemy squad. Seen it before, and now JackeyLove's going to be caught up on top of an Equalizer, though. He has a Hex Trigger, he has a Locket, and it's actually Mark that's going to go down. Oh, but the arrow from Kramer! Robin Hood is onto the Rift.
Gets sniped out on the back line, but hold on a second, Garvey.
Another fight. Garvey's caught up here. Already used the Gordrick of the sustain, and it will get him out to safety here. LGD back onto the mid lane tower once more.
Yeah, and you can see that Maw is going to be pretty crucial for JackeyLove, but he's a sitting duck when he doesn't have that cleanse up available. Now LGD, 4-man strong, pushing in this mid lane. No ultimates, a lot of those key ultimates are down, whereas Top Esports still looking at Knight. Nothing else available though.
Ooh. Good damage coming out from Kramer here. And remember, still a 6,000 gold lead in favor of LGD. They are still the favorites in these fights. With the Baron, they're able to push in to this mid lane and be able to get themselves an inhibitor. The only problem with this I can see, Dagda, is that at the end of the day, there's a Viego that's going to build a lot of percent damage, and also there's an Aphelios. Doesn't struggle too much with the super minions, so that is going to be a lot of gold going the way of Top Esports. With LGD, you were asking for LGD to do hours ago. They've finally now got themselves on Soul Point. Here we go, Carter on the flank. Kramer knocked into the rest of the fray, and Knight's going to close the gap onto Kramer, takes it down, gets the reset and looks for a little more, but he's shut down himself. as the damage comes out from Shadow. We have a bit of a reset in the fight, 4 versus 4. We're fighting over a Drake that's not even there. Look at this, pings onto the base. Xie, I think he's considering TPing into the base here. I think he's considering a potential backdoor play. The TP comes on in. He's looking for an inhib as Joel tries to find the hook and Shadow, but he won't quite find it. Garvey's not going to let them reset. Won't let them go back to the base here. Xie went for the TP, but he's trying to flank. He's not sure what he wants to do. He needed to commit on this one. He will now go towards the inhib. Top Esports can back away, though. Equalizer, not the greatest we've ever seen. Xie sticking to this.
Xingtian went to go for the teleport play, but it got cancelled by Mark. That's why Xie backed away. They weren't sure if they're going to get the cancel, but now Xie, he's going to try and realm warp out. There it goes, one more auto, and he sent it straight topside. The cannon minion even to tank it on the way out. It is gorgeous from Xie.
Oh, Joel's in trouble, but Jackie Love is here and he wants Shadow. He accidentally hit the blast cone, though, with the Q. It auto-targets. And now Garvey's the target. Instead, they couldn't get Shadow. They can't get those shutdowns. But the consolation prize will be this Lee Sin. The hook comes out too early, though. Caster's there to deny the escape. Now onto Mark they go. Great solar flight to try and buy time. Arrows come in. Equalizer across the team as well. There's a chain of corruption. It's not quite enough damage. Caster turns gold in the last possible second. And Knight jumps forward. He's pretending to be Leona, but it's Viego, really. Surprise. But he's not going to be able to find anything more on this one. But a Baron, that's the reward Top Esports will reap.
And it was time the Top Esports needed. The scaling is online. 3 items across the board. And LGD...
behind enemy lines right there. He could go for the reset and go for the TP. Drake has been started. LGD filtering in. That's the ward I'm talking about. Good job, observers. But he's going to TP to the mid lane instead. Just trying to burn this one down. In they go. It's going to be Shadow that does get it. But Shadow's been caught himself. Caster trying to 1v1 him. Knight is there. Garvey chased down by the rest of the squad. In come the arrows, but the damage just isn't there without Shadow. Shadow finished off, as is Garvey. Top Esports, they don't care about the soul. They don't care about the dragon. They're just going to try and get the kills instead. Lantern comes out. Xingtian
could be the game.
On up towards the mid lane. Top Esports might end, Dagda.
Yeah, they've got the minion wave here. Super creep in that mid lane. And when you've got Shadow down, Garvey down, they could look to dive here. Karsa still has his flash, and Jackie Love has a hell of a lot of damage.
Jackie Love takes an arrow to the face, but he doesn't care. He's got the lifesteal of the Severum. And Top Esports pressuring, trying to close things out. Still 20 seconds on the dead times. In they go underneath the tower. Mark pulled out to the rest of the team. Joel low on HP, but surviving for now. Mark had the Zhonya's and will flash out. Buying time. The wave is cleared. And Top Esports can't end just yet.
Karsa missed on the flash body slam, and now actually TP to the base. Xie
TP's into the base. The inhib has respawned, but he's able to clear this one out. Recall's coming out across the team from Top Esports. I don't know if Xie has the damage. I don't know if the recalls are going to come off. Duo is there. There's an equalizer onto the rest of the team. Jackie Love in trouble, but there's a kill coming out onto Marcus. Jackie Love trying to finish things off. Xie in a 2v1, and Knight is there to finish him off. Knight does not have the TP available, but Jackie Love has the damage to take these towers down. Karsa and Xingtian there alongside him. Shadow, no equalizer. Garvey goes in to try and threaten the squad. Chain of Corruption comes out. There is no minion wave. And I think Top Esports have to back away once again.
Top Esports and Rise backdoors. What is with the two of them? Top Esports now, though, they've got to run Garvey on the chase, but he's going to back away. It looks like we will get the reset just in time for the Baron. But both these teams pushing this game.
They're setting up on the bottom side, and Top Esports are like, all right, you send 2 people bot, we're just going to blast through this Baron. Shadow, if he can make a steal happen here, will be the savior. Karsa is in the pit. Baron down to 2,000 HP. Karsa's 1 HP, but he manages to take it in the end. Shadow will go down. The recalls have to come on through. Look where Xie and Garvey are. They're trying to push, but Mark just moves in, trying to stop the recalls here, but he might just answer with his own life. Mark with his Zhonya's, buying time, but Knight's already based. So they managed to save the day. They managed to get 2 kills for themselves. It's a trade for Karsa, but now the TP is going to come on through. And the rest of LGD have to somehow get back in. Xingtian finishes 1 tower off. They're trying to get a pick onto him, but it won't happen. Jackie Love and Dro are on the way. Knight is going to play defense. He's making sure nobody is sticking around for cheeky backdoor plays. And Knight, no TP up available for him. But Jackie Love kicks back into the fray. This is the pick that they needed. Dro throws out the lantern, but it's not going to be able to find him. The GA comes through. gets onto the... Somehow gets the lantern. JackeyLove is out. Zhuo sacrifices himself, but gets a pull onto Kraber. Cleanse comes out. Garvey looking for more. Qingtian playing frontline, as is Knight, trying to protect JackeyLove, protect the president here. The minions pushing into the base of Top Esports as we speak. Garvey looking for more. He's hunting through the jungle.
The respawns are coming through for LGD, though. This is where you're now in danger. You have no support for the next 35 seconds. You don't have any TPs available on towards Qingtian as well.
Wants to make sure that he is the solid top laner on this team. Flank from Karsa, big cask of shit, knocked into the rest of the team here. Knight threatening on the backline. Equalizer comes across. JackeyLove gonna be stunned up, gonna be caught out. Doesn't have a GA, and he goes down onto Kramer. Go the rest of the team though. Knight and Karsa on the backline. Qingtian trying to finish off Shadow, who's the majority of the damage. And LGD, they're falling apart. Top Esports, after an entire game of being behind, find the fight that might just find them a victory.
It has found them the victory, Munch. 40-second death timers left. Mark will fall. Qingtian will snip him down. And now they can look to close out the game. Karsa is on wave clear duty in the base, as Zhuo is going to push this in. 28 seconds left on Xie. Tower goes down for Qingtian. Unless Xie can get some crazy TP win in here, it feels like it's done and dusted for LGD.
We've got 15 seconds until Xie is onto the map. There is currently a minion wave in the bottom side. Maybe there's like a TP into Realm Warp kind of play that can come out. I think that's the only way I can imagine. LGD holding on here. JackeyLove straight onto the tower. In fact, it's Knight and Karsa onto the tower. Xie using the Realm Warp, trying to threaten, but it's not going to happen. Top Esports just go straight onto the Nexus. Kramer won't have damage, neither does Xie. The resets come on through. The Equalizer is there. No way to hold on to this one. Knight is there onto the Nexus. He's just trying to finish it. He's playing as Rumble. I'm not sure that's optimal. He just goes for Kramer. He knows he's got this one in the bag. Takes down the Nexus, and Top Esports take a 2-0 win.
I saw that solar flare come down and I was like, oh no, Knight, you've gone too far.